Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. All right, it's the September 2023 completed pages video. I think I counted 12 pages that I did this month, which I was really surprised actually when I did go back and count them. It was a really busy month, but I did manage to do a lot of coloring and I was really happy with how my pages turned out. So I worked in my new book, Mandalas with Beautiful Borders, Volume 6, as well as I finished off Healing Mandalas. So yeah, before we start, so I'm always trying to think of new ways to share my color palettes with you guys. And I have a new thing I'm going to start doing with every page so that you will know exactly what colors I used and also the corresponding Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils that I used. So I'm going to show you a little sample in the corner here. I've created these color palettes for each page, and you'll see on there that I have the numbers of the polychromos listed. Now I shade from dark to light, so that's how my numbers are going to be listed, or my pencils will be listed. So the first number will be my darkest color and the last number will be the lightest. And that's how I color. So yeah, let's get started and I'll show you what I did do this month. Okay, I think we'll start with Healing Mandalas. I just had 3 at the back of the book here to finish. And there's this one here. And I don't think I used any color palettes off the internet. I think these ones I just chose my own colors. So yeah, so you'll see on the screen, I'll put the color palette for this design or this page. Okay, so this one, very fall inspired. I think you're going to start seeing a lot more of the fall inspired palettes in the next few months for sure. Absolutely loved this one and loved it so much that I actually made it a color along. So you will see this in October. I filmed it and I'm just in the process of editing it and getting it ready for putting up on YouTube. So you'll see that probably the second week of October. Okay, and the last page in this book, it's interesting. It's kind of the opposite of the previous page. Lots of cool colors and of course the gray, which I'm really enjoying using. Again, the palette will be up on the screen for you. And that was it in this book. I did color the acknowledgements page. I did it the same as my cover or my welcome page, just so it looks the same. And yeah, that's it for Healing Mandalas. This poor book is looking a little rough, but I managed to color it all. And if you're interested in seeing a complete flip through of this book and how I colored it, I do have a video up on my channel. I think it was probably 2 ago, so you can check that out. Okay, so moving on to Beautiful Borders, Volume 6. This is my newest book, and oh, I was so excited to finally get into this book and start coloring it, and I had so much fun. I think that's why I probably colored so many this month. And really, I only had 3 weeks in September because I was away the last week of September, so I did color quite a bit. All right, so my first page I did was this one here. This is also the cover page, and what I did was I just chose the palette from the cover page. I think I did a pretty good job matching those up. So again, the palette will be up on the screen for you. And yeah, I love this color combination. It's just such a pretty one. I think I'll probably use it again in the future because I really do love coloring with this palette. So, all right, the next one. Really happy again with how this one turned out. Loved how the border, filling that in. Looks very much like a frame, which I like. So yeah, happy with that one. And this one, I think this was maybe the second one. Or was it the first one? Might have been the first one that I colored from this book. yeah, I was really happy with how that one turned out too. Again, a nice, simple color palette, but very effective. Okay, so this one is the latest one that I did. So it was the last one I colored for September. And it's interesting. I really wasn't sure which way I was going with this one. I knew I wanted to color these flowers yellow because they make me think of like daisies. And so that's how I started. And then I added the purple because again, purple and yellow are very complementary. And yeah, that's kind of how it went together. But I was really happy with the results. And this one's interesting. I did a little bit of shading in here to try and make a little bit of a 3D effect. I'm going to try and do that a little bit more. So yeah, you might see more of that type of shading in the future in my pages. Nice bright one here. Lots of purple in that one as well. Okay, this one, so when I was looking at this page, trying to decide what colors I was going to use, this little design here really made me think of seashells. So that's why I chose this sort of pale pink color. And then of course I added the blues and the this sort of seafoam green color. And I was so happy with how it turned out. It really does feel like this feels like sand in the water. And yeah, I was really happy. I thought I did a good job of choosing the colors for this one. So that was the theme that I was kind of going for, beachy and seashells. And yeah, I was really happy with it. Ooh, okay, so this one, lots of purple, lots of gold. So when I looked at this one, it made me think of like this gold part here, it made me think of like an ornate gold like railing or something. And yeah, I kind of feel like I did accomplish that with this. It's got quite a rich feel to it. And of course, adding the purple and then this beautiful like turquoisey, greeny blue. So this was only 4 colors. And yeah, I was really happy with how that turned out. So you can see in the palette that there's basically 2 shades of purple. And so they're very similar, but they're different. And adding those 2, and then of course the boldness of the turquoise really pops, and then the gold as the anchor. So yeah, I was really happy with how that one turned out as well. Very fall inspired. I love this color palette. It's bright and bold, and adding this blue really makes it all those fall colors really pop. So with this one, this color palette, I was thinking, well, I don't know where you are in the world, but where we are, it is definitely cooled off and it is, you know, going into fall, but we've continued to have beautiful sunny days. So we've got the blue sky, but the leaves are starting to change. And so this was, you know, this is what inspired this design or this page for me, was that blue sky and then of course the orange and the yellows and the greens. So. And last but not least, very bright one. Interestingly, I thought I was gonna go very fall-like with this one too. And then I added the pink. And I don't know, it changed it. It's probably a little bit more like a spring color palette, but I wanted to use this orange. I think that's how I started, was I colored all these little orange flowers and kind of went from there. So I added the brown just to kind of anchor everything. And yeah, I was happy with how that one turned out as well. All right, so that is September's completed pages, and it was a really good coloring month. And I'm excited to see what happens in October. You'll probably see lots of fall-inspired pages. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please hit that like button. And I will see you next time. Have a great day.